It's Monday, February 10th, 2025. Look who's here today. Mimi. A couple people have been asking where she's at. She's right here. Nuggets out here. We're just enjoying the weather. About 80 degrees today. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful day. We just love these guys. I love animals. I know most of you do too. I don't know how anybody could harm an animal, but anyways, we have a lot to talk about today, and I want to get right into it. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification down below, and feel free to share my videos all over your social media. First one, Musk says FEMA spent $60 million housing migrants in luxury hotels last week. Now, you've heard me say this many, many times. I don't get political. I'm not political. But this is big news because this is our money. This is your money. It's my money. And there's just a moral issue here. And it is, should we be paying to take care of people from this country, or should we be paying to take care of people from other countries, especially if you live in North Carolina or Los Angeles and you don't have a house right now, and you're reading this, that FEMA spent $60 million housing migrants in luxury hotels, not for the year, not for the month, for the week, last week. This money is meant for Americans and for disaster relief, not to put people up in four-star hotels. Again, I'm not political. I don't want to be political. But there is right, there is wrong, there is moral, there is immoral. And this to me is completely wrong, it's completely immoral. This money should be going to disaster relief for Americans who right now have lost their homes in North Carolina, who have lost their homes in Los Angeles, the people in East Palestine, the people who've lost homes in Maui, which we don't even hear about now. But this is absolutely atrocious. I'm repulsed by the information we're getting. And what federal judges don't want you to hear about what is really going on? Why would a federal judge not want the American people to know about where their money is going? You know, when you go to your accountant, your CPA, you know, and you open up the books and you have to disclose all this stuff and you pay your taxes. Well, why can't these organizations open up their books to the American people and disclose where the money's going? Unbelievable, really, what is going on. Here's one today. It's all over the news. CBS News poll: 70% of Americans say Donald Trump is keeping campaign promises. That's coming from the mainstream CBS poll. Here's one from The Hedge. No way to avoid pain of worldwide recession, Ed Dowd warns of perfect storm for the Trump administration. I really would be shocked if we avoided a major economic collapse, a major recession, depression. I think we've been in a recession for a couple years. I think it's going to get much, much worse. I'm very supportive of any administration, really, because I don't want to see any administration fail, because if it fails, so does this country. So, unfortunately, the last administration failed badly. This new administration is trying to do something. And I support them. Ed Dowd goes on to say the economy was propped up under the Biden administration, and a crash this year is inevitable. He went on to say, we brought in 10 to 15 million people, and it distorted the economy. Money and migrants were flowing under the Biden administration. Now the faucet's been turned off, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're about to see a 180 take place. He says AI is too expensive. Gold is good long term. You can read this article. It's on The Hedge. Check it out. Spend 5 minutes and you can go through the details of this article. But what do you think? Is it inevitable? Could we really see a major crash this year? I think it's very, very possible. I'm not one to forecast and make predictions, but I think it's very, very, very possible. and I hope that every one of you has been preparing and is preparing right now. But what do you think? Is AI too expensive? I think no doubt it is. I think gold is still undervalued, even though gold had a massive run today and setting another all-time high. Here's another one. Gold tops $29 as China pushes insurance companies into precious metals. This, it says, could free up, this is on the hedge, this could free up billions of dollars of investment in the metal. 10 insurance firms in China, including two of China's largest, will be able to invest as much as 1% of their total assets in bullion. Today, as I make this video, literally 5 minutes ago, I just checked SD Bullion. $51. We're sitting at $2,917 an ounce. If you need some gold, if you need some silver, go to my link down below, SD Bullion. I've been dealing with them for over 7 years. Very competitive prices. Great company, great people. I have nothing but great things to say about them. All my metals have been purchased in the last 7 years, gold and silver, from SD Bullion. So if you are a little bit nervous where to buy from, how to buy, go to the link down below. Very, very easy. They will take very, very good care of you. And look, I think that the metals are going to continue to just go up pretty much throughout the year. Why? We still have wars. We have so much uncertainty. We have so much debt. And if Mr. Trump slaps the tariffs on today on aluminum and steel, as he says he's going to do, I think this stuff just continues to run. And real quick, if you're buying this stuff, you need to be putting it in safe places. I have another link down below, the Dirty Man Safe Company. If you want to bury this stuff underground on your property, go to my link down below. A phenomenal product. Again, you got to be protecting your assets. Make sure you're putting these assets in places where it is safe. So check that link out. Also, London's gold shortage, a symptom of global economic anxiety. You know, I just remember a year ago, 2 years ago, how people would just bash the metals and say, oh, gold's going to 800, silver's going to 8. You know, I'll buy when it crashes. And, you know, if you were connecting the dots and watching the economy, the global economy, the debts, the deficits, the trade wars, all this stuff, the wars, the upcoming wars, if you were watching this stuff, you knew what was coming and you knew that you had to own real money like gold and silver. Things haven't even gotten bad yet. And I know a lot of people think that we will avoid it because of the Trump administration. I pray that they're right, but I don't think they will be. I think we have very, very painful challenges, tough times ahead, without a doubt. I agree with Ed Dowd. London's gold shortage, a symptom of global economic anxiety. This is a symptom of worldwide economic anxieties. Major gold holders are transferring their gold to the United States. London companies have sent an estimated, get this, an estimated $134 billion worth of gold to the U.S. recently. This due, I think, you know, in a big way because of these major threats with Canada, China, and Mexico. The threats today, which will be signed, it looks like, on steel and aluminum. And I will say this, I was watching Fox Business today, and there was a gentleman, don't know his name, he was on the show for about 5 minutes, and he was talking about, is there a new reserve asset coming? And so you see all this inflow of physical gold coming back into America. Is there something else going on behind the scenes? Is there going to be a new reserve asset coming? Not the US dollar, but maybe the US dollar backed by physical gold. Something is definitely going on. We've never seen gold move like this. Massive amount of, here's one from King World News, massive amount of physical gold moved from London to COMEX. What happened to the paper casino, ladies and gentlemen? Well, what happened was people now want the physical. These institutions want physical gold. You know, that barbarous relic. You know, the thing that, you know, Dave Ramsey said. You know, it's just a rock. It's a barbarous relic. You know, it doesn't earn anything. Wrong. Why are these central banks and why have they been stockpiling this barbarous relic over the years? And watch, like, now what is happening. I mean, right now as I make this video, gold is up $51 an ounce. Something is going on. So pay close attention. I don't know how much farther it's going to go. I no doubt, truly believe it's going well over 3,000. Could it go to 4? Absolutely. Could it go to 5? Absolutely. It could go to 10. Who knows where it could go? But at the end of the day, I think it's important to be diversified and to be owning this stuff, because this is global money. This is real money. And all the people out there that hated it and just talk down about it, where are they now? The people in the comments that would talk about it, where did they all go? They all crawled into their little holes. The people who have been buying this over the years are looking very, very good right now, aren't they? Gold price hits new high. This is on Money Week. Gold price hits new high in 2025. Could it soar higher? Yes, of course it could. Of course it could. And people will say, well, I can't, why are you telling people to buy it? Now it's almost 3,000. Well, if you buy it, you're going to be paying over $3,000 an ounce now to get it. But look, there was plenty of people at the Super Bowl yesterday that spent thousands of dollars for tickets. I don't know how much gold they own, but obviously people have enough money to go to football games, they go to Vegas, they gamble, they go to basketball games, they have season tickets at the baseball stadiums. So obviously those people could afford to do it, but they'd rather go to games and go party in Vegas and take vacations and do things like that. When you cut vacations out, when you drive maybe a little lesser car, when you don't go out and party every Friday and Saturday, when you don't go to fancy restaurants, when you're not drinking $8, $9 coffees, you can afford to buy some gold and silver. And the people who made the sacrifices, the people who cut the dumb stuff out, now own assets that are continuing to go up. And they're going to go up even more, because there is going to be more war, more uncertainty, more debt, more inflation. It's just beginning. And for the people who spend all their money on vacations and gambling and fancy dinners and living a lifestyle they couldn't afford, it's probably too late. These people are getting priced out. They cannot even afford to prepare for what's coming. And they certainly cannot afford gold and silver at this point. I tried to warn people years ago, and people laughed. And the people that didn't laugh, the people that took action, they're holding real wealth. They're holding real money. And this stuff is extremely liquid too. You can go anywhere in the world and convert this to any currency. So, when real estate prices come down and your gold and silver prices are sitting up, you're going to convert this stuff to fiat currency maybe. Maybe at that point, we're not counting dollars, we're counting ounces. I don't know where we could be in a couple of years. Things are happening so quickly. But you're going to be extremely liquid, and you're going to be holding real money, and you're going to be able to buy real assets with these assets because they're extremely liquid. You're going to be able to convert gold and silver into real estate. So something to think about. Trump instructs Elon Musk to hire 45 DOGE agents to audit FBI, CIA, and Pentagon. Comment down below. Is this a good idea? What do you think about this? I will say this. These guys are extremely busy. And, if you're not moving or improving, you're dying. And these guys are moving, they're improving, they're getting things done, and they're not going to just sit there and clown around. And I think, if you apply this to your real life, that you just don't sit around and do nothing. If you're not improving, you're dying. And if you're out there and you're hustling and you're improving, you're living and you're improving. So something to think about there. The people that sit around and just hope that nothing's going to happen, sit around and hope that the system's going to take care of them, they're just dying. They're just dying away on the vine. The people who are adding skills, the people who are hustling, taking on the side hustles, they're improving, they're living, and that is my advice to all of you today. Here's another one. McDonald's revenue disappoints as U.S. sales see worst drop since the health crisis. Revenue has dropped as customers spent less at restaurants. Traffic at the restaurants has steeply fallen, according to CNBC. People are feeling the pain right now. They're feeling it right now. Inflation has not gone away. It's not going to go away anytime soon. We could really see some real big things happen in this economy. I think we're going to see a lot of people actually really get hurt. You can blame it on the new administration, but this house needs to be cleaned out. We got to shake the dead branches out of the tree here. There has to be a reset. The The only way you can do this is to break the system, crash, collapse the system, and start over. You have to reset the valuations. Everything is overpriced. The stock market, bonds, housing, it's all overpriced. And if things don't crash, the average person will never buy a home. So do you suffer a little bit of pain for a little while? Maybe it's severe pain for a little while. Or you're going to suffer severe pain for a very, very long time. That's how I see it. Because you will be owning nothing and being happy. Do you really want that? Owning nothing and being happy. You're not going to be happy. You want to own stuff. So maybe we go through a couple rough years, but then things reset. Prices come down and get better. I don't have a crystal ball. We'll see how it plays out. I have no idea what's going to happen. Daily omega-3 supplements may slow down aging, study finds. This is on the Hedge today. And I bring this up. I don't really talk too much about this stuff, but you know, eating better is going to improve your life, your longevity, your mindset, the way you think, all that stuff, just your complete lifestyle. And I want people to live longer, and not just longer, but healthier. And eating a little bit better really does help. But you know, eating foods rich in omega-3 really, really helps. You know, more salmon, more tuna, sardines, taking, you know, fish oil. I take a lot of fish oil. I train a lot. And fish oil really has helped me, and it reduces cancer and fragility. And so just a quick, health announcement today: eat a little cleaner, take your fish oils, and make sure you're getting those workouts in. Very, very important. So don't eat at McDonald's. Who cares about what's happening at McDonald's? Cut that stuff out and eat more, you know, quality fish, not farm raised, but more wild quality fish, and get your fish oils in. Your omega-3, very, very important. I will finish with this last one. Also from the Hedge today, 17% of U.S. home owner mortgages are at 6% interest or higher, report says. I was watching a video last night, and somebody was, you know, justifying that, you know, these 7% mortgage rates that we have right now is not uncommon. It's very normal, and I agree 100%. 6, 7, 8%. This is really the average, very, very normal, not uncommon. And this gentleman was kind of saying, well, you know, you might as well just buy because, you know, 6, 7, 8%, that's normal, so you should just buy. But, you know, what he wasn't saying is, you know, a $300,000 house 3 or 4 years ago is now $600,000, maybe $700,000, depending where you're at, maybe even higher. So when you're watching properties go up in 3 years, 40, 50, 100%, that's not normal. 6, 7, 8% is normal, but homes going up 40, 50, 100% in 3, 4 years, that is not normal, and that is the problem. And I don't want to see mortgage rates go down. I want to see home prices go down, or watch mortgage rates and home prices come down at the same time. But I'd much rather see rates at 6, 7, 8, 9% and see home prices come down. People will jump all over this. Yeah, I agree. 6, 7, 8%, normal. But what they don't want to say is home prices. This is the problem. It's not rates. It's the price of the homes. And we are now looking at one of the worst real estate markets in 30 years. And I think 2025 is going to be worse than 2024. And if you want to sell a home in this market, you're going to have to be priced right. This is no longer 2021, 2022. Those days are long gone. And you don't have 3% or lower mortgage rates in order to get your inflated prices. So things are going to have to come back to normal, and we're beginning to see that. So if you're a seller, you better have a real heart-to-heart with your agents. If you're wondering why your house hasn't sold in 300 days, I'll tell you why. Very simple. Your price is too high. The pool of qualified buyers is shrinking. The amount of inventory, new homes and existing homes, is skyrocketing. So you're going to be in this market much, much longer, days on market. If you don't wake up, if you don't stop chasing the market down, you better wake up and adjust your price correctly, or you're going to be sitting for a very, very long time. Let me know your thoughts. Would you buy a house in this market right now? I sure wouldn't. I'm looking for a good deal, but if I don't get a good deal, I'm not buying. And I advise that you don't either. If you don't have to move tomorrow, I mean, we're very comfortable. So we don't have to move tomorrow. We have a very, very comfortable life here in the desert. I would love to get out of California. I disdain California, but I mean, there's worse places we could be right now. But in the meantime, we'll lay low here until a good deal comes up. And if one doesn't come up in the next couple of weeks, we're here. One comes up tomorrow, you know, we're ready to go. We're ready to move. Most of my wardrobe is already packed. A lot of the things in the house is already packed. It's been sitting in storage for literally a year now, and I'm paying on that, which I really don't like doing. I really thought things would have come down sooner, but we'll wait it out. That's okay. But if you don't have to move tomorrow, I advise that you sit, be patient, because this is now a war of attrition. If sellers can sit and wait, let them sit and wait. But there's going to be sellers that aren't going to be able to sit and wait. Too many people are losing jobs. Look at the amount of government workers. You're going to see more people in tech. You're going to see many, many more layoffs coming. And people with homes, unfortunately, are not going to be able to keep them. And this isn't like trying to take advantage of somebody, but that's how the world works. When the economy gets bad, people have to sell their houses, and typically for much less. You can go back to 2008. When those bank-owned properties hit the market in 2010, 11, and 12, there were incredible deals to be made. People made killings. Nobody ran around and said, oh, you're taking advantage of all these, people who, ran into trouble. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't tell anybody to buy a house in the last couple of years. I advised against it. A lot of people that bought homes in the last 2-3 years now regret doing that. Taxes, HOAs, maintenance, inflation with their day-to-day life, shrinking paychecks. I mean, this is why I advise be very, very cautious over the last couple of years if you're thinking about buying a home. And now most of these people regret that they did this. So this is the real world. You try to, buy stuff as cheap as you can. You sell high, you buy low, right? That's just the way it is. I want a deal. I'm not going to get ripped off. I'm certainly not going to pay $700,000 for a $300,000 house. That's for sure. So we'll sit tight, see how it all plays out. But we're ready to get out of this state of California. But like I said, we'll lay low here for as long as it takes. I mean, there's worse places you could be. It's about 82 degrees as I make this video. So it is what it is. I'm going to leave it there today. Comment down below. Love to know your thoughts on any of this stuff. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Boy, this thing is really, really moving quickly, isn't it? Talk to all of you soon.